Challenges in raising gifted children. Supporting your child to overcome obstacles and unleash their potential. Welcome, dear parents, to today's program. Raising a child is already a journey filled with excitement and concerns. But when your child is gifted, this journey takes on even more unique hues, requiring us, as parents, to have deeper understanding and tailored approaches. So, what are the challenges parents may face while nurturing these young talents? Before diving into the specifics, let's outline the key points we'll cover in today's discussion. First, we'll explore the potential gap, where gifted children, despite their intelligence, sometimes underperform at school. Second, we'll discuss twice exceptional children, who are gifted but also face certain learning difficulties. Finally, we'll address a significant challenge, the perfectionism that many gifted children struggle with. Now, let's explore each aspect together. Academic challenges. When your bright child's grades don't reflect their potential. Dear parents, have you ever wondered why your bright, quick-witted child sometimes doesn't achieve the academic results you expect? This is a common concern for parents of gifted children. And we'll start by examining why gifted kids may struggle academically. Gifted children are truly unique individuals with distinct learning needs. However, the reality is that the current mainstream education system is often not designed to fully meet these needs. Parents may feel anxious or even disappointed when their child's grades drop from the dreamed of 8s or 9s to 5s or 6s. Worse still, when sharing these concerns, you might hear responses like, "Oh, don't worry, those grades are enough to pass," from people who may not fully grasp the specific challenges of raising a child with exceptional abilities. Many of our gifted children face what's called a potential gap. This happens when their true abilities far exceed what the school curriculum offers. Imagine your child solving a complex math problem in minutes while their classmates need an entire lesson. Over time, they may find schoolwork unchallenging, unstimulating, or even irrelevant to their real-world interests. This can lead to disengagement, boredom, and declining academic performance. So, what are the signs that your gifted child is losing interest in learning? They may stop caring about getting high grades, even if they previously excelled, or still show exceptional ability in other settings, like enrichment classes or advanced online programs. They might resist or even rebel against repetitive or seemingly meaningless assignments. Homework can become a battleground. Sometimes, they may argue intensely with teachers, not out of misbehavior, but because they have different perspectives or approaches to problems. What can parents do to support their child in this situation? Try connecting classroom learning to your child's passions. For example, if they love gaming, why not turn a dry history lesson into a challenge to design a history-themed storytelling game? Reflect with your child on past learning methods that worked well and kept them engaged. Encourage and create opportunities for them to tap into their self-motivated learning spirit. Most importantly, instead of blaming your child or the school, sit down with them for an open conversation about what they're doing well, what they find challenging, and work together to find solutions. When giftedness comes with challenges, twice exceptional children. We've just discussed gifted children whose academic performance doesn't match their potential. Now, let's explore a more complex scenario, when underperformance isn't just due to a potential gap, but because your child is twice exceptional. What does twice exceptional mean? This term describes children who are exceptionally gifted in one or more areas but also face specific learning difficulties in others. For example, a child might be a math prodigy but struggle with reading comprehension, or have outstanding verbal skills but find fine motor tasks challenging. These children are often under-identified and under-supported. Their challenges can sometimes overshadow their talents, making it harder for teachers or even parents to recognize how these difficulties impact their ability to shine. This can limit their access to programs designed for gifted students. What signs might indicate that your child is twice exceptional and struggling academically because of it? A significant performance gap between subjects. For instance, they might consistently score perfectly in math but struggle with average or poor grades in literature. They may become defensive, avoidant, or even react negatively when asked to complete tasks in certain subjects. They might say things like, "That subject is stupid, it's boring," or berate themselves, saying, "I'm so dumb," when facing those subjects. They might frequently lose points for seemingly minor issues, like forgetting to submit homework, leaving books at home, having a messy desk, displaying inattentive behavior in class, or being late. These could be signs of challenges with executive functioning. If you notice these signs, what can parents do? Adopt a strengths-based approach. Instead of forcing your child to conform to a standard mold, let them leverage their strengths. For example, if they struggle with writing long essays but excel at presenting and are crafty, suggest they create a model accompanied by an oral presentation. Establish a collaborative plan with the school. Communicate with teachers to ensure your child receives appropriate accommodations, such as extra time for assignments or access to learning support tools. Learn about executive functioning, the skills that help us plan, start tasks, organize, track progress, and manage emotions. These are critical skills. Then, support your child with specific strategies to gradually develop them. The invisible pressure. Gifted children and perfectionism. So far, we've discussed academic challenges. Now, let's turn to a different kind of challenge. One that's more psychological but profoundly impacts the development of gifted children: perfectionism. Perfectionism is a common trap that many exceptionally talented children fall into, and parents need to be particularly vigilant about it. These children often set impossibly high standards for themselves and cannot tolerate even the smallest mistakes or failures. Whether in academics or daily activities, it's not uncommon to see a perfectionist child in tears, devastated because they scored a 9.5 instead of a 10, or came in third in a science competition instead of first. At first glance, perfectionist children often appear to be stellar students, consistently achieving high results. However, this only lasts until the stress and anxiety from perfectionism begin to erode their mental and physical well-being. How can you tell if your child is leaning toward perfectionism? They may frequently experience intense anxiety, even guilt or a deep sense of moral failure, when they don't meet their own standards. They tend to think negatively, always imagining the worst-case scenarios if they feel they've fallen short of expectations, whether their own or others. A classic sign is procrastination, which sounds counterintuitive. They may avoid starting tasks unless they're certain they can do them perfectly from the outset. Alternatively, they might complete an assignment but hesitate to submit it if they think it's not absolutely perfect. Sometimes, perfectionism manifests outwardly when they set unreasonably high standards and try to impose them on others. This can include unhealthy competitiveness or a need to outdo others, which can strain their ability to collaborate and build positive relationships with peers. If you notice these signs, what can parents do to help? Understand that perfectionism in gifted children often stems from issues with self-esteem. They may be used to hearing praise like, "You're always the smartest in the class." While well-intentioned, such praise can create pressure. When they struggle with a task or subject, it can deal a heavy blow to their confidence. So, be mindful of how you praise your child. Instead of focusing on outcomes or innate intelligence, opt for healthier praise, like, "I see how much effort and heart you put into this assignment, great job." Praise their process, effort, or adopt growth mindset approaches. The pressure to always be brilliant and excel in every area of life can create immense stress for gifted children. That's why parents should remember that. No matter how gifted, they're still children. Make time to connect, play, and engage in fun extracurricular activities together, like taking a cooking class or painting, rather than focusing solely on academic achievements. Perfectionism often comes with anxiety and stress. Teach and practice self-soothing techniques with your child for when they feel sad, disappointed, or overwhelmed. For example, try simple mindfulness exercises, deep breathing, or a short walk together to relieve tension. Keys to supporting your gifted child's holistic development. Having explored common challenges, many parents might wonder, what are the secrets or tips to effectively support a gifted child? Helping them maximize their potential? Finding and applying the right educational approaches is key. First and foremost, truly understand your child's learning abilities. This can be done through assessments like aptitude tests, achievement tests, or even intelligence evaluations. These will help you identify their true strengths and areas where they need support. Each year, take time to reassess your child's current educational environment. Consider what's working and what isn't. Don't hesitate to explore new options, such as public schools, high-quality private schools, homeschooling, or flexible online programs. If your child learns quickly, consider accelerating their education. This could mean skipping grades, enrolling in advanced classes, or pursuing personalized projects to optimize their development and prevent boredom. Regularly have open conversations with your child about their learning goals, dreams, and aspirations. Ensure they feel heard, understood, and supported in pursuing their passions. Create opportunities for your child to meet and connect with like-minded peers who share their interests or talents. Summer programs for gifted children, academic clubs, or specialized enrichment classes are ideal environments for this. Last but not least, practice self-care as parents. Your children are your world, but you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking time to recharge and balance your life can provide fresh perspectives and the patience needed. So, don't hesitate to carve out moments for rest or special time for yourself and your partner. Conclusion. Dear parents, the journey of raising a gifted child may have its ups and downs, with challenges that sometimes exceed our expectations. But that's okay. The most important thing is to always make time to connect deeply with your child. Letting them know you're there, ready to listen, support them through every obstacle, and share in their joys. Your love and understanding are the strongest foundation for their holistic development. Wishing you and your children beautiful moments on this incredible journey.